for a ride. Good morning. Oh, I don't know what that was, but that light's really bothering me, right? I think I might turn it off, or I don't know. I'm gonna just stick my head in front of it. Let me know if it bothers you guys. Hello, welcome to my channel, Patience with Spirit. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I don't know if I can do this. Hold, please. Okay, that did nothing. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. I don't really need it. Okay. Sorry about that. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Patience. I am your psychic intuitive host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about non-physical energy. And here we do our psychic development collective reads, and we are trying to be of service the best way we know how, the best way that feels good for us. And we teach you how to be master manifestors. Whew, I feel a lot of anxiety. It ain't mine though, so what I'm going to do, because I do feel it, and I know that it's not mine, because I don't have anything to be anxious about, I'm going to say, body, can you please observe this feeling instead of feel it? Oh, instant relief, instant relief. You got to talk to your body because it's energy. You have to know energy. If you want to learn more about the technical things of energy, go to Spirit News on Spotify. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you for your support and all the love I've been receiving. It's been very nice to be received. And I'm very grateful for you. So thank you so much. Thank you to God and my spirit guides and all the helpers I have, my ancestors, my loved ones who protect me. I am so grateful to you. All right. So I was having trouble focusing, and now I know why. Because there's a lot of energy that is in an anxious state. And it's not, that kind of energy is not conducive to flow. If it's somebody who's not in a flow state. So that's what anxiety is. Someone who's cut themselves off from source, who's disconnected. So they're like a random bobbing floating cork in the ocean, like Abraham Hicks says, you know. So Abraham Hicks could be significant. If you don't know who that is, you should look her up. She's a channeler of her. I've actually seen, when I listen to her, to them, I see in my mind's eye a very like galactic leader woman who's like Star Trek, like just, she's got a short haircut that's like a blunt bob, and she always has her hands behind her back, and she's like, you know, just like one of the biggest leaders I've ever like felt, like a big leader. So Abraham Hicks could be significant, or it could be a suggestion from spirit if you want to start understanding manifestation and energy. That's one great source that I really resonated with. And that's the thing, you got to do what resonates for you. But with this group of people, it's like, it feels like they don't know how to get out of this energy. And so I pulled a card because I couldn't focus, and it was, what ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing? And it's on a story card. So a story someone made up to make people do something for them against their will, essentially, because they were manipulated. So I think Spirit wants us to kind of go in that direction. So let's do it, okay? Let's have some fun too while we're doing it, all right? Let's make sure that we're having fun, because it's supposed to be fun, all right? I don't know, I'm drawn to these terminal cards. Oh, newsstand, the terminal. Okay, something's on the newsstands, or something's going to be on the newsstands, or something that something ridiculous that someone tricked people into doing or believing is going to be on the news. Why is it going to be on the news? Because someone wearing a baseball hat, perhaps somebody younger, this looks like, like Sandlot, like a 12-year-old boy or something. And it says, or maybe someone's hiding. This says on the airplane, if you can name the team. Someone wearing a baseball hat, if you can name the team on the airplane. So maybe someone's trying to escape on an airplane, or someone who's young tricked people into doing something. Someone who wears a hat, someone who wears a baseball hat. They play anywhere. Someone wearing a shirt with flowers. Someone wearing a shirt with flowers. They play anywhere. They play anywhere. Something about a cow. Something about a flowered shirt. Maybe somebody who's known for wearing very flowery shirts. And wearing sandals. Someone who wears sandals. Play anywhere. Someone wearing a dress. This person plays anywhere too. Someone wearing a dress. And someone who wears polka dots. Someone who wears flowered shirts and someone who wears polka dots and dresses. Are they trying to take off on a plane? Are they trying to escape? Lake, river, ocean, I told you. They're trying to fly away, or they're going to try. But they're gonna be stopped by the pilot? Something about a pilot. This pilot, I don't know, something's wrong with this pilot. He's got like a red, weird beak. Like, I don't know, he has a weird face or something. Fire extinguisher. Oh. Fire extinguisher. So this could go two ways. Either Spirit's saying that something's gonna need a fire extinguisher, like literally, or it could be metaphorically. Or it could be on the airplane, like what body part could be an airplane, or like I think it could be a reference to like herpes or something, or some kind of, because look, there's dots all over, polka dots. This pilot's got this thing on their mouth. It's like an open sore. Looks like an open sore. Oh my gosh, and this child could possibly have herpes? Or someone's wearing a hat to hide that they have herpes, that they have the Hepburn. They have the Hepburn. They look like Catherine Hepburn. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but Spirit made that joke last night, and it really just got me, and they just did it again, and it was so funny. I'm sorry. And it's 5, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5s. Oh my gosh. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Could be 30 people. Maybe 30 people are gonna have herpes or something, or some kind of contagious sexually transmitted disease. Two flight attendants talking with each other. What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing? Whatever it is, on the airplane. On the airplane. Two flight attendants are talking with each other on the airplane because they're looking at three people, someone wearing a hat, someone wearing a flower shirt, and someone who's wearing a polka dotted dress. They're looking at them because something's wrong with them. Something about spots and a fire extinguisher. Okay. Okay, Spirit, come through, boo. Tell me what it do. What's the 4-on-1, hun? What's the 4-on-1, hun? Oh, sorry, Grandma. It's not Grandma over. Grandma. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. Please give us the messages you want us to know. The 1950s. Perhaps someone born in the 1950s. Pros: Barbies, barbecues, and bikinis. Cons: McCarthy, the Korean War, and television. So someone who, these people could possibly watch a lot of TV. Maybe they watch a lot of the news. They don't like McCarthy. They don't like Paul McCartney. I don't know what McCarthy is. I think of Paul McCartney, but I don't think it's the same thing. It's like, I don't know. They feel superficial. They feel superficial? The mafia. A loose association of criminals bound by a blood oath of sworn secrecy. Of course, now we have to kill you. Oh. These people are trying to flee on an airplane because they took a blood oath and was sworn to secrecy to a mafia or something, or to some kind of group, some kind of criminal group, and they fear that they might lose their life because they're going to get killed by them. What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing? Flying monkeys, the reason why Wizard of Oz still gives us nightmares. Someone took a blood, these people took a blood oath of sworn secrecy to a loose association of a criminal-minded mafia or something, some kind of group. They took a blood oath. Blood. Maybe that's how they got this. Oh. Maybe that's why they have the heartburn. The electric chair. Electric Spirit says, boom. Wow. They could be going to prison. Possibly facing the death penalty because of something they were tricked into doing? What? Oh, I have one more. Gila monsters. Some Gila monsters, the largest and only poisonous lizards found in the United States. Some kind of Gila monster tricked these people into doing something ridiculous or believing. And they got the heartburn and they made some kind of blood oath. The blood oath is what contracted some kind of, I don't know, STD or something. Which means, like, what were you doing to get it if it's a STD? Sexually transmitted. Skydiving. They were skydiving without a parachute into the canopies. Parachute canopies are usually made from nylon fabric that lasts for thousands of jumps, whether the skydiver does or does not. Wow. So these people were like skydiving without a parachute into the canopy. Whether, I don't know, no matter what the outcome was, they like didn't think ahead or something. They didn't plan ahead for this Gila monster that tricked them into believing something ridiculous. Stub toes. It'll feel better when it still quits hurting. Yeah, it whatever they did, they're like they're like telling themselves it'll feel better when it quits hurting, like a stub toe. Why did they believe this? Spontaneous combustion, the ignition of substances without application of an external heat source, a good plot for the X-Files, some kind of made up conspiracy or something that these people fell hook, line, and sinker into. It's like Julia Roberts, possibly born in 1967, a pretty woman, someone's best friend. Something about Aaron Brockovich. My best friend's wedding, Steel Magnolias, Pretty Woman. Huh. Julia Roberts, huh? Something about being an actor? Something about acting. What about it? Let me switch. Let's do a green apples. What about it? What are you trying to say with this actor card? Maybe their name's Julia or Robert. Thank you so much, Spirit. Please tell us. Please tell us more. Thank you so much, Spirit. What was the ridiculous thing that these people believed? Some kind of conspiracy theory that's up there with spontaneous combustion. It's not to say it can't happen, but Spirit says it's a good plot. Oh, for the X-Files, and then there's actor. So something about acting. Misunderstood. Not grasped, not learned, not absorbed. Something was misunderstood? Cabbage, from the French caboche, meaning big head. These people were operating in their ego about something, and it blinded them to seeing the ridiculousness of what they were believing, or it made them misunderstand what they couldn't grasp something or something. Something unhealthy, risky, sickly, dangerous. They did something ridiculous that was unhealthy, that was dangerous, because they misunderstood or didn't grasp something. Sappy, gooey, mushy, romantic. Because they misunderstood something romantic? Like something emotional, something. Julia Roberts stars in all these movies that are dramas, except for Pretty Woman, but Pretty Woman's a love story, Still Magnolias is a drama, My Best Friend's Wedding is about betrayal, Aaron Brockovich is about unhealthy because the water was poisoned. What? Oh, look, and there's this watering hole. Something about maybe like Aaron Brockovich in that movie, they were dumping nuclear waste into water, a body of water, and it was seeping into the groundwater that they were drinking. The water. Maybe these people were drinking water that was that had something wrong with it, that was unhealthy. Water that was unhealthy? Or maybe that's the ridiculous thing that someone had them believing, that something with the water was unhealthy. Huh, something like that. Juicy, upside down. Drippy. Ew, drippy. Yeah, these people contracted some kind of sickness, but it's like affecting them in multiple ways. So I don't know if it's sexually transmitted or from something they were ingesting or drinking. Spicy, flavorful, tangy, something they were eating. There's something they were eating. Something, because their mouths are all red. All the mouths are red. So it's something that they ate. Oh, maybe, okay, so maybe something they prepared in a body of water, maybe? Or maybe the water has the tainted whatever they ate in it or something. What did they eat? Why did they have to eat something? I don't know. I have so many questions. High school reunions. See also root canal is fun. Something with a pilot, a dentist. It's a group of people. And people from their high school. People they went to high school with. Oh, and high school again, high school football. The whole 10 yards. Something about high school. I don't know. High school reunions, high school. Also see root canal, the whole 10 yards. What ridiculous thing is someone tricked into doing or believing? Someone from high school tricked somebody, maybe named Julia, about something ridiculous about doing or ingesting something, or that gave them all some kind of contractual disease or something. I don't know. Thank you so much for, okay. That's too many. Okay, I'll do these and then we'll do different ones. So, someone worked hard and industriously, diligently to do something harmful, to do something hurtful, harmful, unhealthy, and damaging to someone hardworking and or they were busy, they were diligent at doing this for something trivial, silly, and shallow. She's shallow for the pussy, she's shallow, shallow pussy, she's shallow. I just heard that song the other day. She's shallow, like J. Cole. Somebody who's shallow, she's shallow with the pussy. She's shallow. Someone who's promiscuous. Oh, damn. I told you it's a sexually transmitted disease that got contracted by eating it or eat on through the mouth. On the mouth. Wow. It's Sappy, gooey, and mushy. Oh my gosh. Wow, somebody. There's this couple. This crusty. I just hear crusty crabs. These crusty crabs have got contracted something, or they gave these people something. Okay, what else? Let's do these guilty cards. We'll do these guilty cards. We'll see. What else do you want us to know, Spirit? What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing? So they were tricked into doing something having to do with being an actor or something. Slowly, painfully inch themselves into a cold pool instead of just diving in. Someone who has to slowly get into a cold pool instead of just diving in. Slowly, painfully inch themselves. Someone who is like self-inflicting pain, like they do things the hardest way possible. Someone who goes against the grain, for sure. I can't make it up. Joins a cult after falling in love with one of the members. I cannot make it up, you guys. Yeah, this cult ate something or did something. They gave them all a blood-borne contagious disease. Bid on something they can't afford at an auction. So a show off. This person bid off more than they can chew, and more than they can afford. Tell a stranger their fly is unzipped. Someone who's looking at people's crotches all the time. Oh yeah, we said promiscuous, and this is upside down. Venture out of town alone with no destination in mind. This person wouldn't ever do that because they have to control every little thing. So they try to control some kind of outcome or some kind of situation because they fell in love with someone who was in a cult. So they joined a cult, but they're a show off. They're such a show off. They bite off more than they can chew, and they bid on something they can't afford. They slowly and painfully inch themselves into a cold pool instead of just diving in. So they don't listen to their intuition, and they don't listen to their body. Because why did they trick these other people? Why did they do that? Dine and dash. Because they needed to get something from them and then be gone. There's something they needed them for. What is dine and dash? Maybe they borrowed money from them, or I don't know. How did they trick them? I always get this. Know the names of every U.S. president. Know the names of every U.S. president. So maybe someone who thinks that because they have stats memorized, excuse me, that makes them some kind of like expert at something. Wear something ridiculous as a fashion statement. Someone who's always searching for attention, validation. They'll wear ridiculous things just so people look at them. So it's not good attention, it's just like any attention. Interrupt someone to finish their joke. Someone who doesn't let people talk, someone who doesn't listen, just someone who's very in their ego. But what did they trick them into doing? Interrupt someone to finish their joke. Oh, sorry. So it's like you interrupted me. Okay. Sorry. Okay, yes, please tell us what the hell's going on here. Why did this person do this? Forward an email chain letter. Because they were trying to forward something They're trying to pass something off onto other people. Skip washing their hands after using the bathroom. They've wanted to pass something along after not washing their hands. Something, fart and blame it on someone else so they could blame it on someone else. Play the role of peace and then act like they didn't know what happened and play the peacemaker. That is diabolical. That is very manipulative. All because they didn't want anyone to know that they were the ones who had the STD. So they spread it around hoping that nobody would know where the origin was. That is one of the most horrible things I've ever heard in my life. Wow. Instead of just stopping at one person themselves and whoever gave it to them, they couldn't even tell people or admit that they had contracted an STD from someone they fell in love with who's in a cult. That must be this cow and this person in a dress. This is this couple that are in a that one of them was in a cult and then the other one joined the cult because they fell in love. But these are the originators of your contracted STD. This couple, whoever this couple is, the Hepburn. They got the Hepburn. They got that Hepburn. Someone get the fire extinguisher because they're on fire. And they could have possibly given it to children because I have a little baby chick here with a baseball cap on. Or at least someone wearing a baseball hat. Or maybe they're part of this group. They could be bald. They could be bald. They could just be immature, like an immature bald person. Wow. And then they were gonna come in like, whoa, guys, what's going on? How did this happen? We need to just band together in this time of our need. Like, give me a break. And now they're tripping over their feet because something's coming out about yell at the screen during a horror movie. It's upside down because whatever they were screaming before during this horror movie, nobody's listening to them. Nobody's listening to them because they tried to blame it on someone else instead of taking responsibility because they fart and blame it on someone else. And they thought it was funny. They laughed at their own jokes. This was a joke to this person, some kind of game or something. Sing along with the latest pop songs. Yeah, because it could possibly just be really shallow and like just really surfacey, like they only know the pop songs, they don't even know who Paul McCartney is, something like that. Oh, this just came out. Tornadoes. Funnel-shaped cloud whirling destructively at speeds up to 300 miles an hour. Honey, do you hear a freight train? Honey? This person's a freight train tornado coming at you 300 miles per hour. They're a freaking mess. There's something wrong with them. What is their energy? It feels so like vacant yet mischievous, like just pure chaos. It feels like maybe that's what I was feeling when we started. Just that weird energy. I don't know. I thought it was anxiety, but I don't know what it is. I've never felt it before. It don't feel good. It feels stay. I'm trying to make my card stay. Sorry. There we go. It feels like empty autopilot. like just survival mode or something. Spirit, what's this feeling? What is this feeling? Abraham Lincoln back from the dead. That's funny. Abraham. I just was talking about Abraham Hicks, wasn't I? Something about Abraham Lincoln. Maybe that's the ridiculous lie that someone told. That they were some kind of reincarnation of a past president. Of a past president. Oh my gosh. These people followed this person because they told them a ridiculous lie about something that would have been on the X-Files, about them being a reincarnation of somebody back from the dead. Two violent bank robbers tricked these people into believing that they were a reincarnation of a dead president, but really they're a pack of velociraptors, predatory, preying on the innocent from the Third Reich. Look, these are Nazi dinosaurs, so they're racist as well. They ain't no President Lincoln, I'll tell you that. That would be a really cool read if we could get Lincoln locked in super prison. I sure love guarding things. All the guards at an asylum for dangerous supervillains. Wow. These people are gonna get locked up because of what they did. They're dangerous supervillains that require an asylum of guards. Oh my god. I sure love guarding things. Or maybe someone in this group is a prison guard for someone who's mentally ill. Maybe someone who's mentally ill was in some kind of asylum that one of these people was guarding, or someone's in love with someone who's in prison, who's a dangerous supervillain. What? I sure love guarding things. All the guards at an asylum for a dangerous supervillain. They're part of this cult. They must be associated through this cult. That this person fell in love with a member of a cult. An influencer taking ridiculously irresponsible selfie. On the train tracks, wow. And the devil card. So whatever they took a picture of is super irresponsible. And we have ridiculous twice on the board. Wow. So there's some kind of photo that's going to be going around on social media that's extremely irresponsible and ridiculous. Some influencer, I don't know, about something in prison or something, or about this whole situation because they ate something. They ate something and possibly could have sexually contracted something for a pot of gold. Something about money now, because they believed someone who said that they were a reincarnation of a past president, and that we had to alone scout for a dangerous race of conquering aliens. Yeah, someone who's just spewing out weird shit. And these people believed it. Your best friend, significant other, your best friend, their significant other could have believed it. Ross from Friends believed it. A horrible 10-year-old influencer who makes way more money than you. Oh my gosh, look at this. A horrible 10-year-old influencer. This, doesn't that look the same? And then the influencer here. So something about an influencer made up a lie to get a group of people to join a cult or something about them being a reincarnation of a president. An orphan with a heart of gold, but they're really a horrible 10-year-old who makes way more money than you do. I had this card the other day. A music producer who wants to make you the next big pop star. I had this the other day. I don't know if they're part of this cult or what. But they think that you're an orphan with a heart of gold. What do they have to do with this 10? That's so weird. A group of close-knit teen friends on their last day together before they leave for college. A serial axe murderer. So a group of close-knit community, possibly friends from high school, are friends with a serial axe murderer? I think they're all part of this cult. They're part of the people. Maybe this 10-year-old had teen friends, and they're like younger people. Because I have a young orphan here. I have teens and college kids, and I have 10-year-olds. So these are like, some of these are really young. It's like they target young people. Orphans, they target orphans who want to make it big in the music industry. They get them when they get their close-knit friends when they try to get them when they're teenagers and in college, and they try to make sure they're orphaned or have like dark tendencies or something. Weird. Ugh. What else? What can we do about this? Why are you telling us this? What do we need to know? They're spreading some kind of sexually transmitted disease. Yeah, look. One of them is a murderer. One of them kills people. Who was the more difficult child? This is someone's child? One of these people's children? Left or right? So they have two kids. Who was the more difficult child? The orphan with a heart of gold, or the horrible 10-year-old influencer who makes more money than you? So it's about siblings. Something about siblings. One has a heart of gold and one's evil. One is really evil and only cares about money since they were young. Since they were young, they've only cared about money. They've been the more difficult child. Who would point a finger? Okay, this is point a finger. Who would accidentally pop a bottle of champagne in their face? The horrible 10-year-old. Who would survive the longest on a deserted island? The orphan. And then we have an island right here with a boat. There's something about a body of water and an island. What is the best costume you've ever put together? This person put this whole thing together for something, an island or something, for something about an island. We've been getting a lot about property and land. So I think it just came down to money and some kind of land or something. Story card. What needs to be said to clear the air? I don't know. What does need to be said to clear the air? Whoa, that was a close one. Let's do some word tiles. What needs to be said to clear the air? Let's see. Let's roll the dice. 2. Oh, there's 1 and 2. What needs to be said to clear the air? There were 17 cats living in Larry's basement. 17 cats living in Larry's basement. The only way John could pass the exam was by cheating. So they did this to cheat on something, to pass something, it was some kind of test? It was some kind of examination or test, but someone cheated. They didn't do it the right way. Whatever they ate must have been animals or something, or cats. 17 cats. They must have ate something with cats or something. I don't know why I just heard cat AIDS. I think they might have cat AIDS or something from eating cat, because John wanted to pass the exam, but he had to cheat. Maybe he was supposed to use some other meat that he couldn't get. So he used the next best thing? One. How about you just not make it? How about you say, this is weird, I don't want to do it, instead of cheating? Why don't I just listen to that as a reason to not do it? Ugh. It's the human experience. You can have any experience you want. He was skating on thin ice. That's all I can say. I cannot make it up. Let me see. Explain the 3-year gap in your resume. Explain the 3-year gap in your resume. So someone was doing this to get a job. They may have been doing it for the last 3 years. They were doing it as a job. That means they were getting paid to do this. They were getting paid to recruit people, young kids and stuff, for the last 3 years. Summarize your thesis in law school. Summarize your thesis in law school. Maybe they tried to, like, I'm getting something about twisting the law, like cheating the law. You know, I wanted to pass the exam, but I can only do it by cheating. Something about cheating the law, something with a loophole in the law. Maybe they've studied law. Maybe they knew some loopholes in the law. I don't know. Write a telemarketing message. Yeah, that's the lie. They had to make a big lie up to get people to do what they wanted, to do this new job that they were cheating at. They weren't really doing it the right way or something. The monsters under your bed. Yeah, because they're a monster. We had Gila monster earlier. We had a Gila monster. What's the worst part of school? And law school. They're trying to take a shortcut to getting famous or something. They wanted to be famous. Something about an actor and music. What? They ate some funky monkey. They ate some funky monkey, chunky hunky, and now they have some weird disease from eating meat that's not supposed to be eaten because they took some kind of shortcut. They did this the last 3 years. It's some kind of like weird job. Like, what is this job? How can let's do an imagine if, okay? What's the time? Let's do an imagine if. I rolled a 3. Imagine if you could keep only one of the following. Which would you choose? Computer. A computer. Which would you keep? Computer. What needs to be said to clear the air? There's something on a computer that could clear the air that would clear the air. What's on the computer that would clear the air? Imagine if you were a singer. Who would you be? Julio Iglesias? Julio Iglesias. Imagine if you were a singer. So they could possibly be Latin descent. I don't get that. Pass. Another one. I don't get that one. I'm not really familiar with Julio Iglesias. Imagine if you could attend any sporting event. Which would you choose? Wimbledon. So Julio Iglesias, Wimbledon, tennis. So I don't know, rich people? Like when I think of tennis, I think of rich people. I don't know why. Because they wanted to be rich. What needs to be to clear the air, what needs to be said to clear the air is that they were playing a game because they wanted to be a singer. I gotcha. They want to be a singer, and there's something on a computer. Imagine if you were falsely accused of stealing at work. What would you do? Tearfully plead innocence. Huh. So this person needs to clear the air and tearfully plead innocence for falsely accused of stealing at work. I don't know, someone who plays tennis, and someone who listens to Julio Iglesias, who wanted to be a singer. I don't know. Maybe that's what needs to clear the air. They stole your work. Maybe you're a music artist or something. They played a game with maybe your music. Maybe they stole your music off the computer and tried to pass it off as their own. They cheated. They tried to cheat. Possibly 17 songs? Maybe there's 17 songs? Interesting. Okay. How can one person cause so much damage? I just don't understand. Imagine if you're a 1990s movie, what would you be? The English Patient. Because all these people are sick. They're all sick. And we have Pretty Woman twice on the board. That's a reference to a prostitute. One of these people sells their sex for money. That's probably how this got spread around, because somebody was lying about who they are. They said they were a singer. They said that I don't know, something about stealing at work. They said they play tennis, like they're some sports person or something. And they said they were a reincarnation of a dead president. And that's how they got all these people to do all this weird stuff because they were already in a cult. If you want a general reading, you can email me at patientswithspirit@gmail, and I'll email you back and we'll talk from there. Okay, patientswithspirit@gmail. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Why don't we do something to heal it? Okay, because these people are gonna be having to go to the doctors. If you guys are getting crusty, musty, and dusty, you better go to the doctor and get it taken care of so you don't spread it around more, okay? Because I think you spread it around enough. Now you need to go clean it up, okay? Spirit says, level 3 future. Reminder, you are never just one thing. You can choose and you can change. Spirit says you can change. You can do the right thing. You can change this. You can start stepping forward into a new direction. You don't have to be this. Just because you did it doesn't mean you are it. You can understand why you got, clearly people were unhealed. If you had to lie to such great lengths to deceive people, that they were doing some kind of new job. Some kind of job where they recruit people into this cult. And they thought it was so great and fun. When was the time you shared your truth, even if it felt risky? Yeah, past level 1. Yeah. Out of all these people, nobody is ready to admit that there is something very wrong here. Spirit's trying to tell you, I guess, look at the signs. We're trying to show you, you guys are sick. Where does the tension live in your body? Look at your body. If it's crusty, dripping, oozing, that's a sign you're very sick. You need to take yourself to the doctor. What contradictions? There's no coincidences, you guys. What contradictions do you contain? You can't be sick and not be sick at the same time. You know? If you are exhibiting mental illness, if you're exhibiting physical illness, aches and pains in your body, red marks, red lesions, sores, you're sick. Spirit's telling you you're sick from whatever you guys did and you need to go to the doctor. We're trying to be of service to you. Stop ignoring it. You're going to be spreading it all over. It's very contagious. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. 3-3 on the clock.